Good evening, folks. Welcome back to the channel. It's a pleasure to see you. It always is. I hope you're all doing well. We've reached the final over in Switzerland and in Austria. Should be a short one from me tonight. I won't waste too much of your time. Just get your comments in with your predictions. Anything I'm going to take today will be in that pinned comment. You're more than welcome to take a look at that. You take it if you want. You leave it if you must. It's entirely up to you. The choice will always be yours. But make sure you like the video, get yourself subscribed to the channel if you're not already. We get closer and closer to 3k each and every day. Get yourself involved. It'd be an honour to welcome you to the squad. But now that's out the way, we'll have a quick recap of yesterday. How did we get on in the semi-finals? Did we win? Did we lose? Did we just come close? Most importantly, did we enjoy the tennis? Yes or no? Fairly decent day. The final outright cash for me. I had the Demon to reach the semis, and then I had him to get beat in the semis. Kind of had a feeling if he was going to reach the semis, then he's going to be meeting Yannick Sinner. That's exactly what happened, and he ended up getting that one done. Happy days. Thank you very much, fellas. And a fairly decent week for me. Fairly decent week indeed. But let me know how you all got on. Don't be shy. Share with the group. And we'll waste no more time with it. For one more time, for Switzerland and Austria. Let's get right into business, folks. Let's get it on. Joao Fonseca, Alejandro, Davidovich, Fokina. It's going to be a good one. Will Davidovich Fokina finally get himself that title that has eluded him so? Or will Joao Fonseca have something to say about that? Surely an interesting one. We're certainly going to find out today. One of them's going to have to win it. Who's it going to be? And I'll be honest with you, I'm having a tough time trying to split the pair of these. You don't need me to tell you that these most definitely deserve to be in the final. I think for the most part this week, they've served really good. They've been really aggressive. Shot selection has been really good too. Fantastic stuff. Top draw from the pair of them. Well done, fellas. Great shit indeed. I mean, look, for Davidovich Fokina, a little bit of luck sprinkled in. Take it lightly. Little bit of luck sprinkled in with this one. Back-to-back retirements in his previous two games against Hugo Humbert and Casper Ruud. He looked decent for the most part. Took the first set against Ruud. Like we said, it looked like Casper Ruud had already decided that he was done for the day before we got to that tiebreaker. But it is what it is. More or less the same stuff against the Frenchman yesterday in the semis. Tiebreak went up 3-1. Hugo Humbert called it a day. It's not Davidovich Fokina's fault. You know, what can you do? You can only turn up and play. It's not his fault that they're pulling out. Could you say maybe a little bit more fresher? Slightly the fresher player coming into this? I don't think it'll make that much of a difference. Fonseca, he's only a young lad. I imagine he's got bags of energy. He should be good to go once again in the Swiss indoors today. Davidovich Fokina had a decent one against Sonego, first time out. Jensen Brooksby was a bit of a rough one. Easily could have lost that. Managed to dig deep. And then, like we've just said, back-to-back retirements. As for Fonseca, we watched him play against Gio. He was great. Didn't get to play against Mensah. The match against El Chapo, a bit of a tougher task. But although he did drop that first set, and I'll be honest with you, it was somewhat of a nightmare from El Chapo. It did take a bit of a shitting of the bed for it to go the way it went. But it took an equal amount of, well, pretty much just mental toughness and grit and fortitude to remain in that match. And send it the way it went, pretty much so. Fair play to Joao Fonseca for getting that one done. The match against Jan Munar, we all agreed the Spaniard did pose somewhat of a threat to Fonseca coming into that game because he was playing really good too. And it was a tough one. It was anything but easy. It was kind of a close game. 7-5, 7-6, tiebreak, and then a 7-5. Pretty much as close as it gets. Straight sets. But he done everything he needed to do. He played Jaume Munar exactly how you need to play him, and it was good to see. He done everything right. Fantastic. Should be very confident coming into this one today. Look, Davidovich Fokina, man. How many times this year? Will this be the fifth time? Maybe not this year. Will this be the fifth opportunity, rather, for a main draw title? It may have been four in the past. I can tell you this, it's been three this year. Most recently was Demon in Washington, was it? Around that time? I'm sure it was the Demon in Washington. Nothing you can do against him there. And then you're going back to Acapulco against Thomas Mahach. Shout out the Acapulco squad who remembers we had Thomas Mahach to win that outright. And that's what he done. But it was anything but easy. But that's not my issue. It was the tournament prior to Acapulco. Yeah, for those that remember, you know what I'm going to say. Delray Beach. Let me just take you back to Delray Beach. And he took out Taylor Fritz and Matteo Arnaldi on the way to that final. Who did he meet in said final? None other than Kekmanovic. That's right, Kekmanovic. And he should have won that game. He was winning it, then he weren't, and then he was. He should have won it, should have finished it, didn't, lost it. And then based on what I've seen in the Delray Beach final, I didn't give him much. I didn't give him much hope against Thomas Mahac in Acapulco. Absolutely not. And then certainly not against Alex de Minaur. Absolutely not. But I will say this: he does stand a fairly decent chance against Joao Fonseca. I'll be honest with you. Do I think Fonseca's playing miles better than Davidovich Fokina at the moment? Probably not. Is he playing any worse? Absolutely not. So if anything, the pair of these may or may not be operating at a fairly similar level so far this week on the Swiss indoors. I feel like the odds are rather reflective of that. Also, you're getting this, you could call it split down the middle. I've got Davidovich Fokina as an even money dog, getting Fonseca as the slightest of favourites. I don't hate it either way. Like I say, it is somewhat of a coin flip. Davidovich Fokina, he ain't exactly the most trustworthy in these finals, but fifth time round, if it is the fifth time round anyway, I mean 4 times this year, this could be essentially your 4th title that you've won this year. You could have already been on 3. He could have been on 3, but instead he's on none. Do you trust him to get this one done? I think I'd like to. I think I would like to trust him to get this one done, but can I? I mean, am I gonna? Probably not. Probably not, man. I mean, it's a damn shame. It's a damn shame. Like I say, I'm not convinced Fonseca's just going to turn up and beat him either. I would love Davidovich Fokina to win. I'm not against the Brazilian winning. Absolutely not. I feel like there's a bit more riding on this for the Spaniard. And don't get me misunderstood, don't be mistaken. I'm not playing it down for Fonseca. If he was to take this title, that would be fantastic, phenomenal, as a matter of fact. But the way I'm seeing it, this will just be one title amongst, well, what I assume will be many in years to come. Davidovich Fokina, you can't keep losing, man. You can't keep getting this far only to just get this far. Turn up, get in, get out. We may or may not see you for that disappointing, inevitable first round exit in the Paris Masters next week, but that's alright, providing you win this. You take a couple months off, we'll see you in Australia. That's how this needs to end, and it needs to end now. It needs to end now. Your time is up, your time is now, as John Cena would say. I think we could be in for a tough one. Before we do wrap this one up, don't forget they did play each other earlier on in the season over in Cincinnati. And look, it was a rough one. Rough game. First set was very close. 2 breaks apiece in that first set. We went back to back at the start and then went back to back right at the end of it. So pretty much tied up. They got sent to a tiebreaker. That went the way of the Spaniard. And then he went up a double break. That's right, a double break in that second set. It was 4 games to love for Davidovich Fokina. That game's over. That match is over, folks. You know it is. I know it is. You know it is. We watch tennis every day. That match is over. But if you, like me, were sitting there watching that game, you probably said the exact same thing as I did. This is curtains. Curtains. It's done. Then you were sorely mistaken. Because Fonseca broke back 4-1. Then it was 4-2. Then he done it again. So it was 4-3. And then 4-4. And then he done it again. And 5-4, and before you know it, he was saving for the set. And Davidovich Fokina pulled out, and rightly so. Because if you were about to lose that match from that point on anything other than injury, then I would have said there was something seriously fucking wrong with you. But he retired. It is what it is. But my point is, he's clearly capable of getting at Joao Fonseca. That match was done. It was done until whatever happened. We could be in for more of the same in this one. If anything, like I said, I think they might be fairly similar. They're operating at a fairly similar level so far this week. Have a look at the first set over. Look at it that way. It's a slightly different angle than what I usually approach anyway. But I don't mind Davidovich Fokina as a dog. I really don't. I'd like to believe. I want to believe in him to get this one done. But I will say this, and then we will move on. Out of all the opportunities, the 4 that he's had this season, this isn't the easiest one. I do believe you had a better chance to get yourself a title against Kekmanovic and Delray Beach. That's just my opinion, folks. You'll probably agree. You might agree, you mightn't, but it is what it is. It is what it is. He's had better chances to get easier titles than this. I do believe Fonseca will turn up super game to get this one done. He seems to be playing on pure vibes at the moment. He's just too solid. He's playing so solid this week. You can't deny him. We know how good he is when he can hit form like this as well. I don't know. It's tough to split him. It's really tough to split him. I'd lean towards an over. I would want to believe in Davidovich Fokina getting this title. I'm just going to leave him. Yeah. Sake of the prediction. Dog money, even money for the Spaniard to finally get himself over the line. He more than deserves it. He deserves at least one this season, folks. Let's be honest. But we'll move on. It's going to be Jannik Sinner and Alexander Zverev. Good old Zverev. Oh, Zverev, me old pedigree chum. You got this far. You cashed me outright, and I'm very grateful. Thank you very much, sir. But unfortunately, I fear this is the end of the road for you. I really do, son. And, there's no shame in it. No shame in it. Not a lot you can do against Jannik Sinner at the moment, folks. There's just not. What price is Jannik Sinner, you may ask? What price do you think? 1.1, 1.09 in the final against Zverev in the Vienna indoors. What are we doing? What are we even doing here? Now look, the head-to-head is 4-3 to Zverev. He has got the slight advantage in the head-to-head. He hasn't beaten him since 2023. Jannik Sinner has won the last two matches. Beat him in Cincinnati last year. Close game. 2 tiebreakers. And a 7-5 to Zverev in between, 2-1. Most recently, start of the season, Australian Open, straight sets once again. Kind of a routine win, 6-3, tiebreak, 6-3. That was in the final. That was in the final as well. Now, as always, we're in the final, especially with players like Zverev, the number 2, facing the number 3. Should it be this one-sided? What is going on? Should it really be this one-sided? The number 2 in the world faces the number 3? I don't know. I mean, it's one thing beating him 2 years ago. If you haven't beat Jannik Sinner in the past 2 years, I highly doubt you're going to turn up and start doing it again now. I just can't see it. You could say, some are saying Zverev's rather lucky to be here. After that first game against Jacob Fernley, I kind of agree. Well, I would have agreed. Anyway, I was very concerned. He was I think he was nursing a shoulder injury or whatever, or so I've come to believe anyway. But whatever, he may have been, may not have been. He looked shit against Jacob Fernley, that's my main point. Looked much better against Arnaldi. Didn't get to play against Greek Sport. Thank you very much. I should be thanking Salon Greek Sport, because that's really what cashed it for me, innit? Thank you very much, Salon Greek Sport. And look, the game against Musetti, couple of concerns coming into that as well. I know we didn't talk about it that much. I had to go off into work the night. It weren't really filtered through properly, but I'd say he probably put in his best performance so far against Lorenzo Musetti. Saved at 83% it was, just over 80%. Fantastic. Didn't face a single breakpoint either. Unreal stuff from Zverev yesterday rather. Is he going to be able to do that against Jannik Sinner? If the only, I'd say one of, if not the only thing, it sounds bad, but that he's got going for him today is going to be that saving at over 80%, especially on these indoor courts. We said that it does a lot for Zverev on this surface, absolutely. Are you going to turn up and just save Jannik Sinner up on a plate? You're not just going to ace him all day. No doubt that save needs to remain intact. Will it? Yes or no? Even if it does, is it going to be enough? Because apart from that save, I'm not even saying it's better than Jannik Sinner's. It might be, it might not be, but it doesn't look any worse anyway. Apart from the serve, what is Zverev going to do that's better than Jannik Sinner today? Anyone? Anyway, it's just one of them, innit? It's just one of them. 1.09 in the final against Zverev is fucking horrendous. It's absolutely, I'd say disgraceful. It's not. It's unbelievable. It's an achievement in itself. It really is. But as far as a bet, I mean, what are you going to do with that? I suppose that's just the way it is, innit? I suppose it's that way for a reason. Sinner's Sinner. Zverev. I always say you've got the top 2. You've got Alcaraz and Sinner, and then you've got the rest of them. It's their world. It really is. I'm expecting Jannik Sinner to get this one done. I am. He's looked solid all week. Hasn't dropped a set. Daniel Altmaier, Flavio Caboli, Alexander Bublik. Alex de Minaur. Shout out to Alex de Minaur. I told you, didn't I? I told you, I'd seen it. I'd read the ancient Sanskrit text. Alex de Minaur is going to get to the semis, and then he's going to get beat by Yannick Sinner. That's exactly what happened. Exactly what happened. Couldn't have went any better for the final outright. Once again, very grateful for that. Thank you, Mr. Demon. But Yannick Sinner is going to beat Alexander Zverev today, folks. My only question to you is this. Look at that spread. Look at that spread. I'm seeing currently 4.5 games for Zverev is plus money. Even if you take 5.5 games, you'll get much better odds than what you will on that Sinner money line. Obviously, take 6.5 game, buy 2 games. I don't know. Do what you want with it. Do what you want. But looking at it like that, it does seem rather weird. And it does seem very tempting for me to take Zverev on that spread. I'd love to believe if he can turn up and serve well, serve as well as he's done, he could keep it within spread range. But 4.5's not really that much in a best of 2 against Yannick Sinner. It's not. It's not. As much as I'd want it to be, I don't think I could get there on that today. I've had myself a fairly decent week, rather. But I will wish it all the best. I will wish it all the best. As always, let me know what you're going for. Don't be shy. Share with the group. And I think that's going to do us. Very well then, folks. That will do us. Once again, one more time for the Swiss indoors and Vienna, if you will. It's been a decent week. It's been a fairly decent week. I've enjoyed these 2 tournaments. Like I said at the start, these are 2 of my favourites. And then we've got the Paris Masters coming up tomorrow. Super excited for that. I'll be seeing you there. But I appreciate you stopping by. Thanks for watching the show. Like and subscribe before you go. And I'd appreciate that too. Very well. Have yourself a good one. I'll be seeing you around. Take care of yourselves. Take care of one another. Let me know what you're going for. Best of luck to you. Have yourself a good day. And I'll see you all tomorrow.